I can't wait to go to Miss Ramsey's class today. She's my favorite teacher. Like, what's she going to teach today? Ow, what was that?
Hi, Lawrence. I love your hair.
Thank you.
You saw that triple fee. Okay, bye. I have to go to class.
Bye.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Ramsey.
Okay, class. Today we're going to learn a new topic. Today we're going to talk about personal space. Any opinions?
Personal space is really important in order to feel comfortable around one another.
I like that, Anaya. But raise your hand next time.
Okay. Still can't believe she pulled your hair like that.
You know, it's nothing. They do it all the time.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
Hi, Gabriella.
Everything is alright?
Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, I didn't like when you pulled my hair. You were invading my personal space, and I didn't like it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know how you felt.
It was offensive, but next time just try to ask.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lauren Burke from Long Island Girl Talk. I will be interviewing today Angela Reyes. She is a parent with a child in Long Island Girl Talk, and today this interview will be parent involvement. As a mom, do you think parents understand their child's perspective?
I think parents do understand their child's perspective. I think the children don't believe that we do understand it. We don't give it much weight if you don't have any. But being that we're a parent, we have a lot of experience behind what we do. So when we speak to you and you give us your perspective of something, we expect you to have a lot of weight behind yours too. So you have to give us some experience, some examples of why. We don't say your judgment is wrong. I mean, your perspective is wrong. We just say, how do you come across that perspective? We don't always think it's wrong. If you give us a good answer, then your perspective is right.
Why do parents think school is so easy?
We never think school is easy. We never think that. We do believe that you don't put as much effort in as you believe you put in. A lot of times when you're a student, something's difficult for you, you get a little upset, you're angry, you put it away. But there's a lot of times that you don't put the time into asking your parents. Maybe we can learn together, we can teach each other. We don't by any means think it's easy. But we do believe that the time and the hours that you put into studying is not enough because a lot of you want to get to your social media, you want to get to your friends. But we do believe if you put a little bit more time in, a little bit more effort, the outcome will be a little bit more positive. But we don't think it's easy.
Okay. Do you think children need to have chores and why?
Yes, definitely. Children need some structure in their life. As a child, you're going to be going on, you're going to be moving on, you're going to go to college. You're going to have a roommate. Your side of the room is messy, their side of the room is clean. You start arguments over certain things. It gives you a little bit of structure in your life because you're only a child for so long. You have to maintain yourself for the majority of your life. So unless we give you some sort of structure, it's one step up on you moving on in your life.
Why do parents question our judgment?
Yes, we do. We question your judgment. We question your judgment based on our experience and your lack of experience. Okay? Now, I'm quite sure there's been a time where your parent has questioned your judgment, right? Give me an example of that.
Let's say my mom tells me to wash dishes, and I disagree with what she's saying.
So why would you disagree with her?
Because I want to go on social media and check out my Instagram.
So let me see. How long would it take you to wash dishes?
15 minutes.
And are you going to be missing anything on social media? Is something going to happen? That social media is going to shut down? What's going to happen there?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I question my daughter's judgment a lot. When she comes home from school, if you get out of school at 2 o'clock, there's no reason for you to go to your friend's house at 3 o'clock. There's work, and there's always homework. Even though you say to me, my teacher gave us no homework today. Your teacher gave you homework every single day. Every day that you took a note in your class, every day that your teacher stood up there and had a lecture, you had homework. Your homework was to go back and read over your notes, even though you had nothing to hand in. So I question your judgment when you come back home and your report card says 60. 70. And your judgment was to go on social media. Where my judgment was, you should have picked up your papers, went onto Google Docs, however your classroom is taught, and read over your notes. That's when I say you took a smart judgment, your experience shut in on you. My experience is going to come in at all times, but you don't have that experience. So that's why you have me, your mom. Your mom has to give you that experience that you have not yet picked up on. So I can question the way you went through it because I've been through there, and I can tell you that unless you have a valid reason for why you need to be with your friends 20 minutes after you came out to school, unless you have a valid reason, because I always give up to a valid reason. But unless you have a valid reason, I'm going to question your judgment.
Okay. How do you communicate with your child?
The best way to communicate with your child is through talking. Okay? I know that sometimes you may come home from school and you say, Mom, these 3 girls at school don't like me. So I'm not going to say to you, oh, they don't have to like you. You don't need them in your life. That's the wrong way to do it. I'm going to ask you, how do you know they don't like you? Where did you get this piece of information? Did someone confront you and have a conversation? Did a third party come to you and tell you that they don't like you? And did something in that third party, a translation, get lost when it got to you? Did a little more words get added to it? So I'm going to talk to you about why it is that you believe that certain people at the school don't like you. Is there some reason? So maybe we can sit down, and maybe you can sit down, because at some point you may be doing a project with that same person that doesn't like you. So you're going to do your project separately. You're going to jeopardize getting a B or a C on it when you could have gotten an A if both of you brought your problems together. So as a parent, we have to communicate by talking to our children and not assuming that they know the right way to do things. My child knows me. My child knows how she's been raised. So she knows that my mother's not going for that one. But my daughter comes to me and she'll talk to me. She'll call me at work. She'll say, this is what's going on. We communicate. So if you want to communicate better with your parent, you have to let them know that this is the way I need to talk to you. Yeah. Some of us have that attitude of yelling and screaming and going all off the deep end. But we communicate with you the same way you should be communicating with us. You should tell us, these are the type of things that I don't understand. This is what makes me nervous when you talk to me. This is what makes me fearful to talk to you, because I know your reaction, and I just wish you would be a little bit more open. So the communication and the talking is what keeps this relationship going. If you're in school and you don't know how to do something, I'm not going to look at you and say, oh, why are you getting a 60? You're not studying. You're not doing this. I'm going to say to you, maybe you're not studying properly. So let's address the issue of how you're studying, and maybe we can understand why you're getting a 60. Because not every time is a topic going to be the easiest topic for you. But if I show you another method, I always tell people, when you're doing math, I'll give you a piece of paper to read. Math is not numbers. Math is about reading. I want you to read this and work out no numbers. I have a student I do that to now. And I say to her, talk me through this problem. Don't work it out, no numbers. Talk me through the problem. And once she talked me through the problem, she understood it. But so if you communicate with your parents can maybe give you a different perspective. Your mother might look at a piece of paper and say, this is what I would have done. And this is why I would have done it. And you're like, whoa, I never thought about that. Yeah. So as long as you tell them, you speak to them and let them know, and definitely if you're afraid of your parents, you're afraid to approach them a certain way, you let them know. The reason I don't ask you is because sometimes you yell and sometimes I don't want you to be angry with me. And that's why I don't come to you. And if we can talk about that.
Yeah. And if I was your daughter, and let's say I am 15 or 14, how would you feel if I, your daughter, had a boyfriend in school?
Okay, when you say in school, it's like this is a secret boyfriend?
No. Oh. Just like a classmate.
Okay, well, I would have to first find out what your definition of a boyfriend is. Okay. Some of the things that you would talk to me about and say, this is what a boyfriend and I should be doing. So what do you think a boyfriend should be doing at your age? What do you think you should be doing as a couple? How much time you think you should be spending together with each other? And How productive is this relationship? Do you guys study together? Do you complement each other way? Are you on a project? Is he helping you? Or how is this going? So I'm not going to say at 14, I really don't want you to have a boyfriend. At 15, 16, I probably, it's going to probably happen. But I do want to understand what your understanding of a boyfriend is and maybe talk to him and see what his understanding of a girlfriend is. To see if you both are on the same wavelengths on what it is to have a girlfriend and a boyfriend.
This is Lauren Burke from Long Island Girl Talk, and I had fun interviewing Miss Angela Reyes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anaya Granger from Long Island Girls Talk, and I'm here to talk to you about peer pressure. Did you know 70% of teens smoke because their friends also smoke? Because they feel pressured? 25,000 teens abuse some type of pain relievers for the very first time. This is horrific. Teens are being pressured into doing something they wouldn't expect, neither their parents. Peer pressure is when a group or a person decides to pressure another person into doing things that are wrong and sometimes illegal. If they don't want to do it, they are usually taunted, mocked, or ridiculed. This is so scary. When you peer pressure, you mentally and could possibly physically hurt them. Bystanders, you're watching and you're laughing, encouraging in a negative way. But do you realize you're humiliating the person? If you see something, you should always say something. You could see a person one day and maybe not the next, because that one person who didn't do anything helps affect the outcome. Today in our society, kids as well as adults are pulling out cell phones recording, as well as posting instead of helping the victim, possibly hurting them. This is so melancholy. We should think about the after effect, such as drugs getting laced, now people becoming addicts, and maybe, unfortunately, suicidal thoughts. These are some examples that can never be fixed because people decided to let it keep happening. My name is Anaya Khalees Granger from Long Island Girl Talk, and I'm here to tell you to stop peer pressuring.
Gabriella comes out and touches Lauren's hair in a rough way.
Ow, what was that?
Hi, Lauren. I love your hair.
Thank you. Puzzle face.
Yeah, it's so large and poofy.
Lauren and Anaya roll their eyes and fold their arms. Gabriella checks the time.
Is that the full scene?
No.
Oh, gotta get to class. No one's too late. Bye.
Flatly. Gabriella power walks down the hall walk. Anaya and Lauren go to the street. I just have a little confusion. I think that all of them are.
3, 2, 1, action.
In Miss Ramsey's class, I can't wait till we start talking about life and science. Like, she's my favorite teacher. Same. Ouch, what was that?
Hi, Lawrence. I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's so large and poofy. Ooh, gotta get to class. Bye.
Bye. Hold up. Wait.
Cameras ready and cameras rolling are different, okay? Cameras rolling means to record, okay? Are camera people ready? All right, cameras rolling. Press record, all of you. Okay.
3, 2, 1, action.
I can't wait to meet Miss Ramsey's class today. We're going to talk about life and science. She's my favorite teacher. Same. Ouch, what was that?
Hi, Lawrence. I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's so large and poofy. Ooh, gotta get to class. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Rolling. Everyone rolling. Press record.
You good?
3, 2, 1, action.
I can't wait to go to Miss Ramsey's class today. She's my favorite teacher. Like, what is she going to teach today? Ouch, what was that?
Hi, Lawrence. I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's so large and poofy. Okay, bye. I have to get to class.
Bye.
Hi.
I can't believe she pulled your hair like that. I mean, it was nothing, you know? People do it all the time. Girl.
Hi, guys.
Bye. Hi, Gabriella.
Everything's okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Not true.
Okay, so I didn't like you pulling my hair.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
You know, it kind of offended me, and it was kind of mean.
Sorry, I didn't know how you felt.
It's okay, as long as you didn't mean to be mean.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
And action.
I still can't believe she pulled your hair like that.
You know, it's nothing. People go,
Hi guys.
Bye!
Hi, Gabriella.
Everything is okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Are you sure?
No.
Anaya. Okay, so I didn't like when you pulled my hair. I found it offensive and you're invading my personal space.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know how you felt.
It's okay, but next time just try to ask.
Okay.
And action.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Ramsey.
Okay, class, today we're going to learn a new topic. Today we're going to talk about personal space. Any opinions?
Personal space is really important in order to feel comfortable around one another.
I like that, Anaya. But raise your hand next time.
Okay.
And yo, check. Do good, touch. Do a little bit.
It's not even now.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Hello, I'm Anaya Granger. 70% of teens smoke because their friends do it as well. Because they feel peer pressure, 2,500 teens abuse some type of pain relievers for the very first time.
Okay, look at the camera.
Okay. My name is Anaya Khalees Granger from Long Island Girl Talk, and I'm here to tell you to stop peer pressuring.
To be natural while you're acting, and you also do some hosting work, right? Yeah. So to be natural while you're hosting, what else?
It means like not being scared to be on camera.
Yes, not being scared to be on camera. Because we want to hear you, right? When you're scared, you start to whisper, and you turn your head, and then I can't see you, and I can't hear you. Yes. So how to be natural, not to be scared on camera, or you can be scared, but how do we not show that, right? How do we overcome that? To be in character, yes, absolutely, to be in character. What else? Because you do hosting work, which is you, that's you, right? You're not playing a character. So what would it mean in that case?
Being comfortable.
Being comfortable. Yeah, now what are ways you can be comfortable? What does that mean?
I mean, if you're doing interviews, for example, you want to make sure that you're not slouching for your chair because that would be very functional. However, you also don't want to be super uptight and not like really